I mean, competitive sparring matching. So we had to stop sparring because we got too heated in the sparring match. So Dan pulled us out. Yeah, he got the better of me. He outboxed me. He got the better of me. He did his thing that day. But not
either. You know, I had disliked a lot of things that he was saying, you know, and how he was acting, being that, you know, I'm a real individual. I just felt like, you know.
Crawford's reply makes it clear. Losing a sparring round means nothing, but leaking it out of spite shows Mayweather's jealousy. Instead of respecting Crawford's rise, Floyd tried to drag him down. That's envy disguised as exposure.
Who do you think wins in a fight, you or Prime Floyd?
Me.
No questions?
Why would you think that I would say Floyd? You know, that's one of my favorite fighters. But yeah, nah.
Next, Crawford reveals how long Floyd plotted this. Crawford lays it bare. Floyd had been plotting this all along. Jealous of Terence's fame, earnings, and superior skills, he seized on a minor sparring moment to strike. It wasn't about proving who's better, it was about Floyd clinging to relevance by trying to embarrass the man surpassing him.
Don't break. He's a beast. He's a beast. He's a beast, man.
This silence from Floyd at that moment speaks volumes. Instead of owning up, he let the footage do the talking, a cheap trick to stir headlines. It shows he didn't want competition. He wanted control, trying to frame Crawford as vulnerable, when in truth, it was only sparring.
And talked about and, you know, signed, you know, I just felt like he just did a lot of fake stuff and said a lot of stuff that, you know, a person that you claim that you cool with, you would never say. So that was my big issue with him. You know, I just know, you know, character take you a long way.
And soon, the bigger picture emerged. Floyd's frustration with Crawford's undisputed greatness stopped. This is where Floyd's jealousy becomes crystal clear. Hearing fans crown Crawford the GOAT after Canelo, knowing he himself was never undisputed, burned deeply. Crawford, meanwhile, barely acknowledged him, dismissing a fight as easy money. That snub stung, and leaking sparring became Floyd's petty attempt to drag him down.
Using what he got to shield him. He got a lot of security guards around him, and he's in the limelight and stuff like that. But in certain situations, he wouldn't be acting like that.
Do you like him as a fighter, though?
Yeah, he's a damn good fighter.
And as pressure mounted, Floyd was forced into calling Crawford out directly. Mayweather didn't call Crawford out from confidence. He did it because he felt cornered. Fans crowned Terence the better man. Even Floyd's old opponents admitted it. For a man who built his brand on TBE, that's pure insult. And instead of proving himself, Floyd resorted to games like leaking sparring.
Here with the champ, Tim Desert Storm Bradley, 2-division world champ, and oh, by the way, a Hall of Famer. Man, Tim, I want to call you the most outspoken man in boxing. And I mean that affectionately. I gave
But when Terence faced Piers Morgan, his words showed he wasn't intimidated at all. Crawford quotes, "Confidence shines here." He tells Piers Morgan he feels no fear, and he's right. Floyd hasn't proven he's better at anything. That's the difference. Terence measures greatness by action, Floyd by ego. One man is still fighting to prove, the other clinging to old glory.
You're not going to feel apprehensive when you get in that ring against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool.
But can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, because he ain't proven it.
Even Regis Prograis admits the truth. No matter how much people doubt, Crawford's skill keeps pulling them back. Really good is an understatement. Terence is generational. That's why Floyd fears him. Because Crawford's talent exposes how Mayweather's era is fading into the past.
It won't be no point to go back there anyway.
So, obviously you had the run at 140, you did what you wanted, you became 2-time champion. Where's the future? Is it 140 or 147?
I'm staying at 140. I'm staying at 140. I feel like I want to stay at 140 my whole career. You know, that's why I do fasting too. You know, that's another reason why.
Troy Esley hesitates, but still leans toward Crawford. That's the Crawford effect. Even cautious voices can't deny his edge. The doubt only exists because of Floyd's shadow games, not reality. Deep down, fighters know Terence has what it takes to humble legends.
Do you think you've got a prediction? Obviously, you think he's going to win? Do you think you'll stop him?
I got to see it. My prediction is Terence will win. However, I got to.
And Crawford's own team makes it crystal clear. No excuses. Bomac sums it up perfectly. No clauses, no tricks, no excuses. They don't need conditions to beat Floyd. This isn't about paperwork or politics. It's about raw skill. And in that department, Crawford is younger, sharper, and hungrier. I'm pretty. Floyd's mind games won't save him here.
No, we don't need no excuses to get this win.
All right, last one.
Yeah, just your prediction then for the fight.
Are we gonna whoop his ass?
Roy Jones Jr. hints at the unexpected. People assume Crawford's size holds him back, but history proves otherwise. Crawford's skill erases weight gaps. It's precision over power, brains over bulk. That's where Floyd struggles. His career thrived on control, but with Crawford, unpredictability rules. It's no surprise legends like Roy see potential shockwaves, because Crawford represents the fighter who thrives in adversity. Floyd may believe he can manipulate narratives with leaked sparring, but when the lights come on, it's skill and mindset that matter, and Crawford has both in abundance, leaving Floyd scrambling for relevance in comparison.
Does happen. Well, we're not going to see what most people are expecting. That's for sure. I can guarantee you that, because most people looking at the weights and saying, oh, they're too far apart, Canelo is too big. No, we're not going to see what y'all think we're going to see.
Diego Pacheco's words highlight something bigger. Respect matters in boxing. Crawford's rise has been built on discipline, clean fighting, and relentless hunger. Floyd's jealousy-driven antics, from leaking sparring to stirring headlines, stand in stark contrast. Fans respect Crawford because he earns it inside the ropes, not through manipulation. Pacheco may have been addressing another issue, but the principle is the same. The sport doesn't forgive cheats, shortcuts, or petty games, and that's why Crawford stands taller in this era. While Floyd clings to the past with tricks, Terence builds his legacy the right way.
I don't respect that testing positive for things like that, but who knows what they got going on down there. Hopefully it was a mistake or something,
Even Floyd himself couldn't deny Crawford's position in the pound-for-pound conversation. Even Floyd, through gritted teeth, admits Crawford is #1 pound for pound. That alone exposes his contradiction, praising him publicly while sabotaging him privately. Why? Because Crawford's achievements eclipse his own. Undisputed in 3 divisions, conquering names Floyd never dared, Terence is rewriting greatness. Floyd tries to distract by mentioning Tank or Canelo, but in the end, he's forced to recognize Crawford's supremacy. It shows the truth. Floyd's jealousy isn't because Crawford is weak, it's because Crawford is stronger, greater, and respected worldwide. That's a bitter pill for a man used to being the center of attention.
Put Tank up there in the top 10 in pound for pound. He has to be somewhere in pound for pound. And Canelo done something that is amazing when Canelo was able to go to light heavyweight and become light heavyweight champion. Something that I didn't even see him going up that heavy, and he did that. So, but as of right now, I have to put Terence Crawford as #1.
Derek Bozy Ennis puts it simply: Crawford versus Canelo is a 50-50 fight. That's the respect Crawford commands. When fighters and trainers see him on equal footing with someone as massive as Canelo, it highlights his greatness. Size doesn't define Terence, skill does, and that's exactly why Floyd panicked. He knows Crawford can take on giants and still be favored. Instead of applauding, Mayweather tried to cheapen Crawford with leaked sparring, but the world sees through it. Terence isn't just equal to legends, he's surpassing them. Floyd's envy is proof of Crawford's unstoppable rise.
That Terence Crawford and Canelo was a 50-50 fight. You told me Terence Crawford had a chance.
Right.
Me, I was leaning towards Canelo because of that.
This entire saga proves one thing: Floyd Mayweather's jealousy has reached boiling point. Leaking sparring wasn't about exposing Terence Crawford, it was about protecting his fragile legacy. Floyd knows he was never undisputed, never dared across 3 weight classes, and now Crawford stands where he once did, only higher. That's why he plays mind games, hoping to dent Crawford's aura. But the truth is simple: sparring is practice, legacy is war, and Terence has already won battles Floyd never fought. If the two ever clash, it's not just skill on the line, it's pride, relevance, and the crown of this era. Crawford is hungrier, sharper, and mentally stronger. Now I ask you, who do you stand with in this rivalry? Let us know below.